And we are on air.
Hi guys, my name's Brianna, and today I thought I'd share with you 10 things you might not know about me. So let's get right into the video. So these are like random stupid facts that don't really matter at all, but I just thought it was fun and silly to share some things you guys might not know about me, because there's a lot you guys do know about me if you've been watching my videos for a while. So let's just get started. First thing on the list is that I actually hate pencils. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't like the way they write. I don't like the way they fit in my hand. If it has to be in something erasable, I use mechanical pencils, but 80% of the time I use pens when I write things down, and I'm obsessed with pens, all different kinds of pens. If someone gives me a cool pen, I will be ecstatic, but I hate normal pencils. Only mechanical pencils are chill. Next thing is that I need like a lot of alarms to wake up. Like, whatever you're thinking in your head, like double or triple it. I don't know what it is, because it's not even that I don't wake up to the first alarm. It's that I can't get myself to fully wake up. So I will wake up and turn off the alarm and then sleep for 5 more minutes. Wake up, turn off the alarm, sleep for 5 more minutes. And that goes on for so long that I have to start the process of waking up so far before when it's time to go, or I'm gonna be late. And a lot of times I end up being late anyways because I sleep for 5 more minutes than I really should have. Like, whatever my cycle was, when it gets to the point where I should wake up, I do it one more time and then like I'm 5 minutes late. That's like usually how it goes, and it's my fault, and I'm trying so hard to break this cycle, but it's really hard. Next thing is that I actually hate last minute changes, even if it's a good change. So even if I have nothing going on one night and middle of the day someone says, hey, do you want to go do this tonight? And even if it's something good and something I really want to do, I'm gonna be really upset. And depending on how last minute, sometimes I will have a full-on breakdown, meltdown, crying and whatnot, even if it's something good, because last minute changes, I just can't handle it. I can't function. A lot of times I still end up doing it if it's a good change or whatever, but it's hard for me. Also, I promise I'm not roasting myself with all of these, but most of the facts you guys don't know about me are funny negative things about myself, like not being able to wake up and not being able to handle changes. But this one's also a little bit negative. I am awful at directions. I have no sense of directions. I have to go the same way of driving somewhere so many times before I learn how to get there. And if a road is closed off, even if it's a town I have been driving in for years, I will still need the GPS to figure out where to go if it's not my usual route. And it's really funny because whenever I go anywhere, I either have to use a GPS or I have to rely on someone else to help me figure out where to go. And almost always when I rely on someone else to help me figure out where to go, they think the next turn is going to be so easy, so they forget to tell me. They stop paying attention, and then they're like, where are you going? And I'm like, you didn't say to turn. And they're like, I thought you knew. Happens more times than I could count. Or I'll be saying to my parents, hey, I'm going here, blah blah blah, and my dad will be like, okay, let me tell you how to get there, and I can't remember it, and so it's just a waste of time. I always need a GPS or I get lost. Like, unless it's someplace that I've been going to on a regular basis, taking the same route, then I might have a handle on it. The next thing on my list is that I act like and say that I love Coke and Coke is my favorite and blah blah blah. That's only because that's what's indoctrinated in my head, because I grew up in a household obsessed with Coca-Cola, but I actually don't have a preference. I don't care in the slightest whether you give me Coke or Pepsi. I think both are good. But it's like one of those things, like, I don't care about sports at all either, but I still say I'm a Mets fan and like crap on people if they say they're a Yankees fan. Not like for real, just like a little teasing and stuff. And it's just like, there's not really any reason, because I don't actually feel strongly or passionate about these things. I don't care about the soda. I don't care about sports, but it's just locked in here from the way I grew up. Next thing that I thought was a little bit interesting, because I'm sure you guys don't realize it, since I have had so many public relationships and friendships broadcasted on my YouTube channel, you might think you have a good idea of who I was with or who I was friends with when and for how long, and and how close we were. And for some cases that might be true, but there's actually quite a few relationships that I've had that never saw the light of day. You might not even know their names, let alone know what they look like or know how long we were together or how close we were. And same for a few friendships too. I think relationship-wise, the only real reasons I had private relationships were because the person I was dating wasn't ready to come out yet, and so all my public relationships have been with men and my relationships with women have been more off screen. I think there is one or two guys that I had a short thing with that never made it here though. So it's just a little bit interesting, something to throw out there. You might think that you know about my romance life or my friendship situations, and you might be surprised how many things are different than you think. Another thing is a little interesting. I guess this kind of goes back to the Coca-Cola thing, but in a different way. I like the idea of having favorites so much. I like the brand and the aesthetic of having myself put together and knowing exactly things about me, and this is my favorite this is my favorite this, and this is me, and this is my brand. That if I kind of like something more than something else, but I don't feel strongly about it, I will like brand myself with that. That's kind of interesting, and I've been trying to change that a little bit recently. But if you look back at some of my old videos, like I talk all the time about, oh, my favorite animals are llamas and zebras. Literally, no. I did not feel that strongly about it. I just thought zebras were kind of cool and llamas were kind of funny, and I latched onto that just to have a brand for myself, when in reality I don't really have a particular favorite animal. And it's not just the case with favorite animals, that's the case for so many things. So next time you hear me talking about something is my favorite thing, think about it for a second. It might or might not be. And if you ask me explicitly in the comments ever, I will be honest with you. It's not even like I'm trying to lie, it's just the way my brain works. And then if you ask me and I think about it, then I'll be like, oh yeah, you're right, that's not actually my favorite. Or I'll be like, oh no, this isn't one of those times, like I feel certain. You know what I mean? I feel like you guys know what I mean. Another weird thing about me is that I hate drinking out of cups. I will do it sometimes, but for me, something with the OCD up in here tells me that it's dirty. Even if the cup is clean and whatnot, I feel like 1,000 times more comfortable drinking something if I'm drinking it out of the container we got it in. Because something up here tells me when I pour it into a cup, it's getting more chances to get like dirt and dust and particles from the air in it, and it's contaminated and it's dirty. But if I drink straight out of the container, it's not being exposed to anything but my own mouth. So that's a weird thing where I know that it doesn't always make logical sense, but my brain pushes it on me. Nope, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do. So a lot of times I will like buy my own separate drink of something just so I don't have to pour it out because we're sharing or anything like that, because I just need to drink straight from the container. I don't know why. Next interesting thing is that I actually had a chance to get braces when I was much younger, and I had this one friend who would constantly tell me I shouldn't get braces because they thought crooked teeth were cool and they liked the crooked teeth, and that really had a big impact on me, and I ended up never getting braces. And I don't know if I regret it or not, but it gives me some appreciation for something I'm really insecure about myself. And I don't know, I think it doesn't really matter at this point if I wish I had gotten braces or not. Like, this is me and this is how I am, and I don't really see a reason to try fixing it now and seeking out getting braces and spending all that money when, like, this is just how I am. Who cares? Who cares if I have crooked teeth, you know? It's just a vibe. And the 10th thing and last thing on my list is that I'm actually terrible at taking care of plants. I think I've mentioned on here before that I have this little outdoor setup with some plants, and I kind of hype myself up with that, like, oh yeah, I have the plants outside, it's so cute, I love it so much. No matter how much I try, I always get it wrong, and I overwater or I underwater, and I just end up messing it up. I have no idea why, and I don't know what plants should be outside or if what time of year I should bring them in, and it's awful. And it's not even like I don't try, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to fix it. it's just, I don't know. But yeah, those were some fun things about me that I thought you guys might not know would be interesting to talk about. You guys can comment down below if there's anything off this list that you were surprised by. We can chat about it. Or if you have any new questions, or you want to share something about you that we all might not know. We can have a conversation down below. But for now, that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Happy VEDIN, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mwah!